Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Listen and Learn. Today, I want to talk to you about English learning misconceptions. A misconception is a false idea, something people believe, but which is not really true. These misconceptions are dangerous because they make you confused and they stop your progress. But when you know the truth, everything feels easier. We can relax and we can use our time in the right way. And then, step by step, we feel real fluency growing inside us. So, in this episode, I will share with you misconceptions that many learners still believe. They are not always talked about in class, but they are very important. Together, we will look at each misconception and then I will show you the truth. As always, I will speak slowly and clearly. I will use simple words so you can understand and follow me. Let's begin. Many English learners carry false beliefs that actually slow their progress. It's important to recognize and debunk these myths early on. For example, some learners insist they must speak perfectly from day one. In reality, making mistakes is normal, even desirable, as it provides feedback and signals that you're learning. Similarly, some think that mastering every grammar rule or reciting endless word lists is the key to fluency. But fluency comes from using the language, not memorizing rules in isolation. Other common myths include perfect pronunciation and speed, grammar obsession, talent or youth required, immersion abroad only, and waiting for fluency to speak. Learners often think they must speak flawlessly with no pauses or hesitation. In truth, fluency means communicating clearly and confidently, not talking at lightning speed. Even native speakers pause, rephrase, and correct themselves. Chasing perfect speech only creates anxiety and slows you down. Many think they need to learn every grammar rule before speaking, but language experts say using the language is far more effective. You don't need to memorize every exception to be understood. Focus on communicating meaning. People also believe only talented or young learners can succeed. In reality, anyone can learn English with practice. Research shows that about half the world is bilingual. Adults can also become proficient and bring extra advantages like problem-solving skills. Another myth is that you must live in an English-speaking country to learn. While immersion is helpful, it is not necessary. You can create immersion at home through movies, podcasts, books, and online conversations. Finally, many learners avoid speaking until they feel ready. But this delays progress. Speaking early, mistakes and all, is what helps you improve fastest. Why misconceptions arise? Misconceptions about English learning don't appear out of nowhere. They come from a mix of school systems, media, social pressure, and personal fears. In many countries, traditional education focuses heavily on grammar and written exams, not on speaking or listening. Students are rewarded for memorizing rules and scoring high on tests. So they grow up thinking that grammar is the most important part of learning English. This creates fear of making mistakes because mistakes were punished or marked wrong in school. Another reason is media representation. Movies and TV often show fast-talking native speakers, making learners feel they must also speak quickly and perfectly to be considered fluent. Social media influencers sometimes promise fluent English in 30 days, which is unrealistic and creates frustration when results don't come quickly. Cultural expectations also play a role. In some societies, speaking with an accent is seen as embarrassing, so learners hesitate to practice aloud. On top of that, learners compare themselves to others, thinking they are too slow or not talented enough, which discourages them from trying. Fear of being judged can stop learners from speaking at all. These psychological barriers are just as powerful as language barriers. Finally, the global demand for English creates a multi-billion-dollar industry of courses, books, and apps, some of which overpromise results and unintentionally spread the idea that there is a single correct way to Learn English. When learners fail to achieve quick results, they think something is wrong with them, not with the unrealistic method they followed. Understanding why these misconceptions form is the first step toward breaking free from them. Breaking free from English learning misconceptions requires a shift in mindset and learning habits. The first step is to accept that mistakes are not failures but stepping stones. Every time you make a mistake and correct it, your brain builds stronger memory connections. Instead of feeling embarrassed, treat mistakes like teachers. The second step is to focus on communication, not perfection. Your main goal is to be understood, not to sound like a news anchor. Use simple sentences, repeat if needed, and don't worry about speaking fast. Practice speaking out loud every day, even if you are alone. Talking to yourself in English about your daily routine is a great way to train your mouth and brain. Third, balance grammar study with real-life usage. Grammar is important, but don't get stuck learning rules without practicing them. After learning a new grammar point, immediately use it in a sentence, write it in a journal, or say it out loud. Fourth, surround yourself with English. Watch videos, listen to podcasts, follow English-speaking creators, and read simple books. This creates a natural environment for your brain to absorb patterns. Fifth, set realistic goals. Aim for progress, not perfection. For example, instead of saying, "I will be fluent in 3 months," set a goal like, "I will speak for 5 minutes every day." Small, consistent habits create big results. Finally, find a supportive community where you can practice without fear of judgment. Language exchange partners, online groups, or friendly classmates. Encouragement from others will keep you motivated and reduce fear. Habits and pitfalls to avoid. Even after understanding misconceptions, many learners fall back into old habits that slow their progress. One of the biggest pitfalls is focusing too much on passive learning, watching lessons, reading grammar books, or listening to videos without practicing actively. Passive learning feels comfortable but does not build speaking skills. To avoid this, make sure you spend at least half of your study time actively producing English, speaking, writing, or repeating aloud. Another bad habit is comparing yourself to others. Everyone learns at a different speed, and comparing yourself only creates frustration. Instead, compare yourself to your past self. Notice how much better you are than last month or last year. Also, avoid translating everything from your native language into English. This habit slows down thinking and prevents you from thinking in English. Practice using simple English words even if you don't know a perfect translation. Avoid the perfection trap, waiting for the right time to speak, the right course, or the perfect accent before you start. The right time is now. Another common mistake is cramming too much in one day and then not practicing for a week. Language learning is like exercising a muscle. Short, daily practice works far better than occasional heavy study sessions. Lastly, avoid negative self-talk like, I am bad at English, or I can never speak fluently. Your mindset shapes your results, and constant negativity makes you lose motivation. Replace those thoughts with, I am improving every day, and celebrate small wins. Practical strategies and consistent practice to build confidence in fluency, learners must adopt practical, consistent strategies rather than waiting for motivation to strike. One powerful technique is shadowing, listening to a short audio clip and repeating it at the same time, copying the speaker's rhythm and pronunciation. This trains your ear and mouth together. Another strategy is to keep a daily English journal where you write a few sentences about your day, your plans, or your feelings. Writing helps you organize your thoughts in English and remember vocabulary longer. Speaking with a partner or language exchange buddy at least a few minutes a day also accelerates progress. If you don't have a partner, record your voice and listen back. You'll notice pronunciation and grammar mistakes and can correct them over time. Set micro goals, like learning 5 new words a day, practicing one grammar point, or watching a 5-minute English video and summarizing it aloud. This keeps learning simple and achievable. Use technology to your advantage. There are free apps, YouTube channels, and websites that offer listening and speaking practice. Most importantly, stay consistent. Even 10 minutes daily is better than 2 hours once a week. Reward yourself for completing your practice. A small treat or a fun activity makes the habit stick. Stay patient and trust the process. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. Remember, progress may feel slow at times, but every word you learn, every sentence you speak, is one step closer to fluency. Motivation and realistic expectations. The final key to successful English learning is building the right mindset, one that keeps you motivated even when progress feels slow. It's normal to have days when you feel stuck or frustrated. Instead of giving up, remind yourself why you started learning English in the first place. Maybe you want a better job, travel opportunities, access to global knowledge, or simply the ability to connect with more people. Keep that goal in front of you as your guiding light. Understand that language learning is not a straight road. Some days you will improve quickly. Other days it may feel like nothing is working. This is completely normal. Trust that your brain is processing information even when you don't see instant results. Celebrate small wins. Finishing a book chapter, understanding a YouTube video without subtitles, or having a 2-minute conversation. These are signs of growth. Surround yourself with positive influences, teachers, friends, or online communities that encourage and inspire you. Stay away from negative voices that make you feel inferior. Also, learn to enjoy the process itself. Treat English not as a subject to pass, but as a tool to explore the world. Watch movies, read fun stories, listen to music. This makes learning enjoyable and sustainable. Finally, be kind to yourself. Everyone learns at their own pace, and there is no deadline to becoming fluent. As long as you are improving, you are winning. With patience, consistency, and a positive attitude, fluency will come naturally, not overnight, but step by step. Now that you know the truth about English learning misconceptions and how to overcome them, it's time to take action. Don't just read, practice. Starting today, commit to speaking or writing at least 5 minutes of English every day. Share your progress with a friend or online community and inspire others to join your journey. Remember, every small step you take brings you closer to fluency. Stay consistent, stay positive, and keep moving forward. Your future self will thank you for the effort you put in today. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our Listen and Learn channel. And follow us on TikTok and Facebook for more English learning tips every day.